Hey, what's going on, guys? So I got access to the Halo Infinite tech demo, and overall, I loved it. Overall, I thought it was really, really cool, a really awesome, solid game. I actually had more fun on that tech demo than I have had in Halo in literal years. And I was really enjoying it, but I noticed something a little bit strange when I was playing. I was running up behind the enemies, and I kept meleeing them in the back, and every time I did, it just instantly killed them, like it did in every other Halo game. But the thing is, since 2010 with Halo Reach, if you held down the melee button well behind an enemy, you could perform a special animation that was called an assassination. You'd get a special medal for it, you'd get a really awesome animation that would play while you were doing it, and it was just a really cool feature that was added in back in 2010. It was in Halo Reach, it was in Halo 4, it was even in Halo 5. Halo Infinite didn't seem to have that in the tech demo. Now, when I first saw that, I thought maybe I was pressing the wrong button, maybe I was approaching at the wrong angle, maybe it was just bugged, or maybe it wasn't in this tech demo, but they're planning to add it in the next one or add it at launch. Well, I thought wrong. I'm going to link an article below in the description, and according to several websites, actually, Halo Infinite is not going to have assassinations at launch, or possibly not at all. And I'm going to quote from the article here on GamesRadar.com. So, according to this, it says here, Halo Infinite developer Tom French revealed that esports players primarily skip out using assassinations in favor of quick melee kills due to the decreased time that it takes to kill players through the lather method. French explains that this is what led the development team behind Halo Infinite to ultimately drop assassinations from the game. Why? Why? Okay. The amount of Halo players that are actually esports players is such a small minority. They're literally dropping a feature that has been in the game that is pretty much universally enjoyed since 2010. They're dropping the feature from the game because esports players don't like it. I'm going to be honest, that really, really pisses me off because I was enjoying the heck out of this game. This game was phenomenal in my opinion until I found that out. Why would they drop a key feature like that? Because pro players don't like it. And that's the thing too. Pro players can still choose to melee quickly and just get the instant kill from the back. They don't have to perform the assassinations. They don't have to do that. The only way that happens is if you hold down the button to assassinate an enemy. And if 343 really, really wanted to change that, they could create a toggle option that turns them on or off. They could make you use a different button for assassinations. Or they could just say, the MLG community is a small fraction of the Halo community, so we're not going to cater the entirety of our new game to them. But that would make too much sense, and this is 343 we're talking about. 3 steps forward, 43 steps back. So, I just feel like I have to talk about this overall toxic and just terrible environment that 343 has cultivated within Halo over the past couple of years. Ever since Halo 5 Guardians released in 2015, they've really pushed hard for this whole MLG competitive gaming scene in Halo, and that's not what Halo has been to me and to a lot of players. You know, I always liked to play campaign, I liked to read the books, I liked to casually play multiplayer. You know, maybe once in a while in 8v8, me and my friends would hop on and steal the other team's Warthog and drive around in the circle and have fun, right? But never once in my life have I said, oh, I want to be an MLG Halo star. Never have I once said that in my life. And 343 has pushed that. They pushed that with Halo 5 Guardians, where for the first, I don't even know how many months, every single playlist in the game was competitive. There were no social playlists, period. The only social game types they had was their pay-to-win Warzone game mode, which sucked. And then they pushed all these competitive tournaments, and then with MCC, for unlocks, they pushed all these grindy challenges, and I've got a video about that too. I've uploaded that in the past, and I talked about why the challenges are a problem. but they made these grindy challenges where you don't even actually get to play the game the way you want to play the game. You know, you've got so much content in MCC, and you can't even play it the way you'd want to play it, because 343 makes you grind just to unlock things. And, you know, I remember back in the days of Halo Reach in 2010, when challenges were meant as a supplement to unlock credits, to unlock customization options. Not the only way to unlock customization. They were in addition to completing matches, leveling up, whatever. I remember playing Firefight like crazy back in Halo Reach because it used to give you a lot of credits. Or Big Team Battle used to give you a lot of credits. Whereas now, it's just like these grindy... and the worst thing is, it's the same challenges over and over again. Play 7 games of Combat Evolved. Play 3 campaign missions. Play, you know, 2 campaign missions on Legendary. Grind a competitive playlist and, you know, enjoy playing the same 5 maps over and over again. And it's just, 343 has cultivated such a toxic, over-competitive environment where every time in social playlists, I'm talking social 8v8, half the time you'll spawn into a game where one team is partied up and doing drastically better than the other team. Or you just spawn in, and as soon as you spawn in, 4 grenades from, you know, 3 different directions land at your feet. And you just blow up as soon as you spawn in. Then you spawn in again, and within 5 seconds you're dead. It's just not fun. And this is actually part of the reason why I was so happy that they were adding bots to Infinite. I don't care if I play against bots. I'll play against bots all day. I actually enjoyed it. You know, that's why I was praising them in my last video for adding in the bots, because you could just kind of kick back and relax. But the fact that they're removing features, you're literally removing a feature, 343, that everybody has loved, because a few MLG players have a problem with it. And you know, not for nothing, if MLG players can't distinguish between tapping the melee button to get the quick kill and holding the melee button down to get the longer assassination animation, maybe they shouldn't be MLG players then. If they can't develop the skill to distinguish between those two things, maybe they shouldn't be playing MLG. You know, I really don't get it. I really don't get it. I know that competitive gaming brings in lots of money and lots of media attention for Halo, but removing features from the game for them is just... it's just stupid. You know, they're making the Halo community and the Halo franchise a worse thing. In my honest opinion, they are making it worse. And again, it's such a shame because I loved the Infinite Flight. I thought it was amazing. It was honestly the best Halo game I've played in years. But then they're going to go and do some shit like that. And that's... it's really saddening to me. It really just... wow. I mean, 343, you got to stop with this over-competitiveness. Like I said, these grindy challenges. But I feel like they're only going to continue with this because we've not gotten any details really on how the microtransactions in Infinite are going to work or how much they're going to cost. I mean, you have to use in-game points to even unlock the capability to unlock things with the Battle Pass, which is just weird. To me, that's really weird. You know, I don't know where this is going. I just don't like it. I mean, this... you know, and that makes me wonder, with the bots in Infinite, are you going to be able to unlock things if you play against bots? You could do it in the tech demo, but in the final game, are they going to make it so that, you know, you get a very minuscule or you just get no XP from fighting against bots? Because that would be kind of shitty. That would be really sucky, because then it's like, well, what's the point of even having the bots in the game? And that's kind of how I feel about MCC right now. I would love, I mean, I enjoy playing custom firefight game types, you know, where I turn up the damage on the enemies, but then I also turn up the amount of damage you do to make it kind of more realistic. Like, I love playing that. That's more fun to me than playing match-made firefight. But I don't play it as much as I want to, because I know that if I don't play the challenges, I can't unlock anything. And it's getting to the point nowadays where I'm just kind of quitting MCC altogether. I used to play MCC every day for a couple of hours. Now I play it like once a week for 20 minutes. And I don't know. But back to what I was talking about in the first place. Removing features because a small minority of the community doesn't like them is not a good thing. And that's another thing I've been wondering about. We've been asking for playable elites back since Halo Reach. Now, elites were playable in Reach, but to a very, very limited capacity, and we've been asking for full-on playable elites like we had in Halo 3 since Halo Reach came out in 2010. Game after game after game, 343 has not delivered, except oddly enough, recently they've added more elite customization options to MCC. Of course, locked behind a ridiculous grind, but they've added them nonetheless. But they're not going to put them in Infinite, and it makes me wonder if it's because they're catering to the MLG community, because there's a whole argument about it, how they're not competitively viable because the hitboxes are bigger or different or something. I don't really know. I don't follow that bullshit, but is that why they're not adding them? Is that what's stopping them from giving fans something they've been asking for literal years? Is that the reason? Because if so, that's just shameful. You know, who is 343 making Halo Infinite for? Are they making it for their actual fan base, or are they making it for a small niche competitive community? I mean, this is upsetting. You know, this is upsetting, and I feel kind of dumb for putting any faith in 343, because I told my girlfriend the other day after playing the tech demo, I was like, yeah, this is actually good. I thought it was going to suck, but it's actually good. And now they're doing things like this, and it just, I mean, it's not game-breaking. It doesn't ruin the game, but it's just a shady practice. It's just very, I guess, rude. Very rude to the community. And I really hope they change their mind. And, I mean, you know, that's the other thing I have to say. This game was delayed by a year. They delayed this game by a whole year. If they can't come up with something, some kind of solution, like a toggle option or a different button or just leaving it in whatever, like I said earlier, they are incompetent as a company. I mean, I've been saying this for years. I honestly think 343 is incompetent. You know, they don't seem to listen to the player base that much. They don't seem to care when the player base tries to say something. If you go on the forums on Halo Waypoint, it's just an echo chamber of people circle jerking 343 anyway. And, you know, it really sucks. So, that being said, what do you think? Do you think that Assassinations should be in the game day one, or do you think it's really not that big of a deal and you don't care? Do you think 343 caters too much to the competitive community, or do you think that they don't cater enough? Do you, for some reason, think that there needs to be more competitive catering? Let me know in the comments, leave a like if you enjoyed, and stay safe as always.